Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to today's video. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today we're going to be reviewing a vote between JJKing Fiora and IRELKIng Irelia, which are arguably two of the best players on those champions. Last time we reviewed JJKing set, you guys really liked it, so we have some more reviews right here. Quick few things. We're going to really learn in this laning phase the value of understanding gold and spikes, learning when we should not be trading, and just overall understanding the fundamental concepts a little bit better. I've played against IRELKIng myself multiple times, and I want to quickly mention that he added me on his second account. He called me the safest Riven player as a compliment because I'm very thoughtful. As I'll showcase in this vote how their playstyle, which is more mechanically intensive and skill checking, differs from my more methodical, fundamental approach in the game. So I hope you guys will learn something new, enjoy the video. I quickly want to shout out Rank 1 CN YouTube channel for providing us with these votes, and I will leave that channel in the description below so you guys can scout some more for yourselves as well. Without any further ado, my trip in Korea will start this week. Stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy the review and the video. Peace.
Every move you made, I was watching you.
Alrighty guys, so let's dive into the early game theory right here. We're 137 into the game, and if we're looking at the matchup, Fiora against Irelia, Fiora has the complete edge in the early game. That is because Fiora has her passive, which constantly gives her vitals. Her Q is a short cooldown. She can auto Q to cancel or auto attack. Fiora is an absolute threat in the early game, whereas Irelia is one of the weakest early game top lane champions. She can be strong level 1, but it is extremely conditional, and she needs to land her passive on 3 minions and then maybe a 4th and on a champion to get 4 stacks. So Irelia is very weak without her passive, so most Irelia players will start either W or E to make sure they can at least collect the EXP. Now, we're already 137 in the game, meaning that the minions have spawned, the buffs have spawned, and with all respect to IRELKIng, I think he's falling for what we refer to as a noob trap. And that is because if you are weak in the early game as a champion, you always want to avoid getting into a position where you have to face check your opponents. That could be a Fiora, that could be a Riven, Darius, Olaf, almost any champion beats Irelia here. And so she's gonna get zoned from the wave here if she face check here. I don't know why she's so late. I don't know if she was leashing, maybe she was AFK. In my opinion, she should be hugging her turret. And then Irelia has to be inventive here and try to see if she can get the first 3 minions worth of XP without losing everything for it. So she could be standing in this bush, and if Fiora comes, she has to walk around. She could be standing here to her turret, approaching the wave later. She has to make some plans to get the XP in the early game. But instead, what happens is they will be face checking here. And, well, Irelia simply can never fight the Fiora here. She's going with the D shoot and the E start. But now, Irelia pretty much loses the lane here at level 1. And she's going to get zoned from all means worth of XP. The goal that Fiora has right now is to stand in a position where he is about this line in XP range, but zones the Irelia from getting this XP range, right? And so XP snowballs much harder than gold in the early game. I always explain this, but that is because it will make your level up timers completely off. So normally you would get your level 2 from either D6 minions plus 1 melee minion of wave 2, or you get these 5 minions and 1 melee of wave 2, because melee minions give more XP than caster minions. So take a look at this and pay attention to detail right here. Fiora zoning the Irelia exactly as he should. He's walking to the minions here, which is what he should not be doing. And now he gets these 2, but pay close attention. This one walks out of his range, and he should stay close to range right now, but he walks away. And he is going to lose this extra bit of XP. I noticed this instantly when he was doing it. It's unlucky that the minion walked so much forward, it was even past his casters, but this will sometimes happen. It's random, but he missed 1 melee of XP right now that he could have potentially gotten. And this might bite him back later. So he hits another Q auto attack on the Irelia, and now Irelia has no option. Irelia could literally recall and walk back as the wave is slow pushing towards her. And there's nothing she can do. She cannot walk up for EXP anyways. But pay close attention to when this Fiora gets his level 2. So now, this is realistically the 7th minion, right? Okay, he doesn't get level 2 from that. He doesn't even get level 2 from the 8th minion. So you see here that 2 casters are not equivalent to 1 melee minion in terms of XP. Now he finally gets it, but that's only because he was 1 melee, right? Irelia is not forced to walk up for lasted, so she's staying very far back, exactly as she should, simply because the wave is coming into her and she needs to make sure that she cannot get dove. QW landed by the Irelia, and all he's trying to do here is last hit the minions at the latest frames to deny as many minions for Irelia as possible, right? And so now he sees his Shaco topside. Unfortunately, Shaco goes into mid. He's pinging for a dive. The Shaco does not look for it, and so he'll be hard pushing this wave, getting it to crash. And then he's considering a recall, but Aurelia can be very annoying with the wave states in these scenarios. So he's going to force it to crash, trying to see if he can maybe set up a dive if Aurelia makes a mistake. And let's see how this plays out. So normally, and this is very important to note as well, if you lose one melee minion from the first 4 waves, you are impossible to get level 4 from those first 4 waves. The normal level up timer, if you've gotten all the XP, is from this caster. So these 3 melees and 1 caster grants you level 4. But since he lost his first melee, these 2 will not get him level 4, and he will stay level 3 here. Okay, Aurelia has lost 2 melees, I believe, out of 3. So her level up to level 3 is also severely delayed. She only gets it now. And he takes 1 turret shot, loses bone plating, and I'll take a look. This caster right here that Fiora is going to take normally would grant him level 4. Here it doesn't. And just pay close attention to this video. Okay. That is the average IRELKIng moment. Let's replay it one more time, because I had to watch this 3 times before I was like, wow, this all-in is just crazy good. So he Qs here, and then he will Q, auto W on the W, and then perfect E animation, auto, Q auto with the flash. Beautiful solo kill. Let's go. He gets the wave to crash, TP back, and we're back to fighting. So now, Aurelia, in my opinion, or Fiora, makes a very big blunder. Why is what he's doing here a blunder? So he took a trade here. He tried to outplay the Aurelia, but I don't like the intention of the trade in general. I'll explain exactly why. Multiple reasons. First things first, Aurelia has a pickaxe compared to a longsword in Fiora, so she already has more items. Second reason is Shaco right now, we can't see it, but he is actually bot side. As you guys can see, Shaco is bot side, and we have no idea where enemy jungle was at. And the third reason, and this one is most important, let's say nothing else mattered in terms of the junglers. Right now, Fiora is losing about half her HP before the wave has even crashed. Now, it doesn't look too bad right now, but what happens after the wave has crashed into your turret? It's going to bounce away from you again, right? And so Fiora is going to make the bounce extremely hard for herself by losing all the HP while she's getting pushed in. Because the more HP she loses whilst the wave is pushing into her, the harder it will be for her to play the bounce later eventually. And that is why I'm always super conscious when the wave is pushing towards me is, am I going to be able to play out the bounce if I look for any equal HP trades right now? Well, the answer here is it's going to be severely hard the more HP we trade. So he uses 1 potion, which is very good. He absolutely should. Aurelia gets level 5. That's another benefit she has from having the priority there. Right? She has item lead, she has level lead because she had more means killed. And here Aurelia takes the wave. She does this very beautiful here. There's a vital behind her. So this is very cool to see as well. IRELKIng knows that Fiora wants to look for this vital, so she Qs this minion and instantly Qs into Fiora, gets out of the turret range and gets another attack. But look at Fiora's HP right now. Is she ever going to be able to play out the bounce? No. Why? Because she looked for too many trades whilst the wave is pushing into her. And so now, the best play for Fiora would literally be to recall. She can never play out this bounce. Aurelia still has potion. Absolutely game over now for the Fiora. She can never play out this bounce. Aurelia has a biscuit, has a potion, and has sustain in her kit. Fiora has to recall. Okay, Shaco is still bot side, and he gets the ward down, and lo and behold, Xin Zhao is there. Unfortunate, but that is the risk she took. Even if she was laning 1v1 here, Aurelia would get level 6 faster and probably find a solo kill opportunity. But it's okay. Now she's playing out the bounce and pay close attention to this item. So this is something that I always find extremely important to mention. It's just understanding general items and curve in the game. So let's calculate the gold. Aurelia right now is rushing towards the JJKing, exactly like every Aurelia player in the game does. So this is 650. We have to use maths here. This is 900. Let's say 900. So she has about 1.5k towards her first item, right? The Aurelia here. And so that leaves her to be pretty close already towards her first Blade of the Ruined King. Fiora, on the other hand, has only spent 350 gold towards her first item. And that is because she has spent gold towards her tabbies. Now, tabbies very often are a temporal spike, so they make you a little bit stronger in the laning phase in order to be able to phase check or stat check your opponent. So it's a temporal spike because let's say we buy tabbies and D-Blade, that's already 1600 gold spent towards that spike, delaying our first item with 1600 gold as well. Aurelia, on the other hand, is already very close to the item. 4 kills worth of gold first to her next item, right? So if I'm in Aurelia's shoes right now, realistically, if we were to farm even for the next, let's say, 1.5k gold, Fiora might finish a pickaxe and tabbies. Maybe she gets like Tiamat, tabbies, and 2 longswords. But Aurelia would have a full Blade Rune King. And that's why my mindset very often switch when I'm already this far ahead in the laning phase, is if I play even from now on, I'm ahead, because you're already ahead in gold. And Aurelia Fiora rather, has forced herself here to kind of fall behind the curve by buying these items. So if Fiora never gets a kill, she is 1200 gold here down towards the first item. And Aurelia might even be able to extend that because she is already ahead, so she can get wave control. But you see here, these guys don't care at all. They are still fighting like nothing in this world matters. And this is a funny fact. Last time when I was in Korea, I played against IRELKIng 3 times in the top lane, or two or three times. And the first game we played together, I had to play 3v1 top, and it's a YouTube video. I had to play against Nico, Viego, and Aurelia, and I still solo killed him 4 times without getting a single help, and I 1v9 that game. Afterwards, I added him, because it was like a proud moment of me. He had me back, he had mutual respect for me, and he called me the safest Riven player. He called me a safest Riven player. But it was a compliment, because I'm very thoughtful about the plays that I do now. You're fighting man. You know, but I'm very structured in the game approach that I have. Whereas here, you see, these guys are just fighting like nothing matters. And they rely much more on mechanics. For example, when the wave was pushing towards the Fiora, this guy didn't care. I was still trying to skill check the Aurelia. I will always hit the wave crusher so that I can play out the bounce. This guy's like, let me test my mechanics. IRELKIng here as well. I'm like, all this yapping session about spiking towards my next item, and you see here, she's going to fighting the bounce. It does make sense though, because she can win the 1v1 in the wave state, but I wouldn't full commit it, because she is probably also close to level 7. So what if Aurelia just waits till she's level 7 and guaranteed is ahead, right? So that's how I like to play. And then, another fun fact, next time me and IRELKIng played together, he had 2 accounts. He added me. Let it be known, IRELKIng added me. Hope to get a similar result in Korea this time around. So now they're fighting, and the trade is somewhat equal health, but here I would say that, yeah, it's really close, right? And now sadly he misses ult. I do believe if he lands ult, the Fiora can still win it because his Q and W are about to get back, but I still dislike the intention of the all-in here. So now, I would argue you just let the wave crash. IRELKIng disagrees with that, and he dies. For, in my opinion, nothing really. So he was so far ahead. The whole yapping session about if he was this close to the gold spike, he would have gotten it. And this is kind of also the only way for Fiora to get back in the game is by Aurelia making mistakes like these. If Aurelia wouldn't make these mistakes, Fiora would realistically never get back in the game and is still super far behind. So now, you got a kill. Coming back to this game state then, the same concept kind of applies here. You see that the Fiora has bought Executioners, Tabis, and a Doran's Blade. 0 gold towards his first item here. 0. So Aurelia, if she has like, I don't know, 1000 more gold probably at this point, has her full Blade Rune King. So what should Aurelia do in this moment? Whilst they're fighting for grubs, it is a very tricky scenario. She's trying to make the wave push back into her, which is the correct play. Let's check Aurelia's items. She should never walk up here. She has now Vamp Scepter, Pickaxe, Dagger, 2k gold spent towards her first item. She is 1k gold off. Fiora still needs 3k gold. If Fiora gets 1k gold right now, she's gonna have probably, I mean, depending on the item she rushes, either Eclipse or Hydra. She's gonna have either double longsword or a pickaxe. Aurelia will have a full Blade Rune King. She can still win that. Instead, she's looking to fight again. I also don't like the intention of pushing this wave because enemy jungler is very, very certain to be around topside. She could have just let the wave push towards him. So again, she walks up here, late flash. Fiora has the movement speed advantage because of Tabis, and she ends up dying. In my opinion, again, a blunder that should have never come to fruition. Okay, and now he gets a freeze, which is really annoying for Aurelia to play again. So now he gets massive EXP lead because Aurelia lost her life, but also about 2 waves worth of EXP. And then eventually when she comes back, she's a level down, but she is still ahead in items in terms of right now. Now you can see she's 600 gold away from her Blade Rune King. So that's what I would be playing for now in Aurelia's shoes. Oh, we're looking to all in here. How did this come to fruition actually? Okay, so he cleared the full wave, match is level 8, so I understand why we're fighting here. Her Q is on cooldown right now. It's also Fiora W. He's trying to flip it here. 1 for 1 would be worth it. Okay, here I completely agree with the intention because he got the wave to crash into the turret of Fiora anyways, meaning that he's making a play on his turn. So even if he dies here, which he did, he loses nothing because you see here the next wave also goes into the turret and the wave will bounce back into the Aurelia. So 1 for 1 trade would have always been worth it, and then Aurelia would have had Blade Rune King and Fiora wouldn't have had much spike. And even now that the Fiora got the freeze, right, and the Aurelia has died 3 times now, cancels the recall here, very impressive to see, so she can secure the crash here. We're still in an okay playable position for the Aurelia, simply because we were ahead in items. Wow, he really cancels that base twice, that is crazy to see. But Fiora does have ult. Oh no, really well played by the Fiora as well. Yeah, you hate to see it. So, if we go all the way back, we were 1-0-1 as Irelia, and we were, let's say, give or take, 1.8k gold away from our first item, whereas if we had gotten 1.8k gold and Fiora would have gotten, we would perpetually be ahead. The only way Fiora would have gotten back in this game is by making mistakes, and we've played very, very greedy. Because what you have to memorize, if you're playing against Fiora, and that is a champion without wave clear, right? If she builds like this, her curve towards next items are so disgustingly slow. Because let's say she spent, this is, well, how much is this in total? Let's say we both get like 3.5k gold, right? She would have JJKing, boots, and this armor item here. He would have tabis, executioners, this. How much is this? This is like 2.5k gold, yes. And then you have double longs, or let's say you'd have a call fuse. So tabis, executioners, call fuse against JJKing, boots, and another Adornance item here. Fiora would be so far down to Irelia at that point because of how he's itemized. But what's very important to understand as well is if Fiora has those items and Irelia has a full JJKing, Irelia should also be able to expand that lead because she's going to wave clear 3 times as fast as Irelia. She's going to be able to farm jungle camps, she can win the 1v1, and so Irelia at that point will probably be at around 2 items when Fiora finally finishes his first item. That is, if we go even. But now we've died 4 times in a row, so we've completely given away our potential position. And now we're in this position where we probably have JJKing now. We might have to sell D-Blade because we just ran down 4 times in a row. We get the plate. So now Fiora has she has Vamp Scepter and Tiamat rather. And now Fiora finally has, or Irelia finally has JJKing. So now we get another all-in. Beautiful mechanics as always. Oh no. Did you guys see it? Try and see if you can spot it one more time. So this ult is crazy with the Q and E, perfectly landing, perfect mechanics as always by IRELKIng. Why did Fiora live, guys? Level up timers! Take a look, she's level 10! She's 1659 HP. She is dead to this auto tech right here. But instead of 1659 HP, when you level up, boom! 110 HP extra, and she lives on 4 HP. And this is with Irelia having about 3.5k gold now, and Fiora has, well, this is about 1.1k, 1.5, 2.7, 3.5, 4.4. Fiora is 1k gold up in this fight in items and a level up. That's around 500, 600 gold worth of stats. So even before she got to level 11, Fiora was about 1.5k gold up on Irelia, and she still pretty much was supposed to win. It's just that he leveled up to 11 and then beat the Irelia. Here the game is absolutely over. There's no way that the Fiora or that Irelia can ever recover from this. But this is why I really like reviewing this type of games, because here I see a completely different playstyle to how I played. Last time I was in Korea, let me quickly see if I can. So, last time I was in Korea, as you guys can see right here, my average KDA was 6 kills, 2.7 deaths, 4.1 assists with a 9 CS per minute, and at this point we are at rank 30. I peaked rank 13. Yeah, here you see we were rank 31st, right? This was relatively close still to the early season, but you get the point. When I'm watching these guys play, they play much more centered around their mechanical edge, and they try to skill check always, where I play much more thoughtful. At least from watching this example, right? I feel like the game or the laning phase was already completely snowballed at the level 1 from either side. Then Irelia made an amazing solo kill at level 3, crucially because JJKing lost 1 melee worth of XP, so he did not get level 4. Then the Fiora stat check that Irelia was getting pushed in, and he died also to the jungle gang, but he would have probably died 1v1 as well. Then IRELKIng died whilst getting pushed in, so he died on Fiora's turn, giving him a way back. And then we just snowballed from there, and IRELKIng kept having, well, he had one very unlucky trade where he tried to dive the Irelia, and the Fiora rather, and lived with 1 HP. So that trade was super unlucky, but from that point onward, especially after this one, yeah, the game's just kind of over. But I hope to have given you guys some more new insights on how to basically value gold throughout the laning phase, how to see items, how to understand spikes, but also when you should not be trading. Because I know a lot of people struggle with this. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you want to see more of these, please let me know down below in the comments, and I wish you all an absolute remainder of your day. The Korea trip is starting extremely soon, so stay tuned for that. See ya, bros.